everyone, it's Jessie. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little snowman. We'll first start with some of the supplies you'll need. You're going to need a pair of scissors, some rubber bands, a few buttons. You'll need some small beads, which you can get at Amazon or any craft store. I usually use 2 of the little beads for the eyes and a little bead for the nose. Or if you don't have beads on hand, or if you would like something a little easier to put on, you can get small little pins like this with the beaded ends. You'll also want some polyfill, a hot glue gun, and you'll also need some rice, which I have in a container here. You also need some socks. I got these at the dollar store. I typically get a white pair of adult socks, and this is for the snowman body. And then I'll get a decorative pair of socks for the snowman clothes and hat. You'll also want some yarn for the snowman scarf, and what I am using is Line Brand homespun yarn. You'll also need some twine for your snowman. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our white sock, and I usually use this ribbing part for the snowman body. So we are going to cut the sock about right here, because I usually leave a little bit of space under the ribbing because that's where we're going to place a rubber band. And you can keep the other half of the sock for either another snowman or for other crafts. We're going to take this part of the sock and we're going to flip it inside out. We're going to take this part of the sock and we're going to bunch it up, kind of fold it up like that, and then we're going to grab a rubber band and we're going to tie that around, and then we're going to flip the sock back so the right side is out, and that's going to make the bottom of our snowman. And now we are going to take our rice and we're going to fill that up. Now I don't typically measure my rice, I just take a guess, and then you'll hold the top of this and we're going to push it down. And what we do in the snowman is we're going to place another, once we get it full, we're going to put a rubber band around the top and we're going to place another rubber band to form the snowman's head and body to separate the two. So you want to make sure that this is filled enough to be able to do that. So you can kind of feel it and just kind of guess at how much rice you'll need. Okay, so I think I have my rice about to where I want it. So you'll want to grab another rubber band and we are going to tie this off. Now you'll want to try to kind of form the snowman a little bit. Try to form a head here and a body here, and once you get it about how you'd want it, take another rubber band and we're going to place that around there. If you don't have a rubber band, you can also use some string or some yarn to form the head and the body. Now we're going to set our snowman aside for a second. We're going to grab our other sock here, and now we want to cut this sock. We want to cut it to fit our snowman, the top here. And you can kind of guess at this. I usually go just under the heel here. If it's too big, we can always fold it or cut it some more. So we have our top. We'll put that on our snowman. And as you can tell, I do have it a little big, but I'm going to fold it over. That's what I did for the snowman, which I think is a good idea because sometimes the fabric can fray a little bit. So we're going to fold it all the way around. Now we're going to take our hot glue gun and I'm just going to dab a little bit on the bottom here, on the front of the snowman, and then on the sides. So a little dab in the front, in the back, and then on the sides of the snowman, just to kind of hold that in place. Another thing I like to do is put a dab of glue at the top here. So we'll do the same thing, the front, the back, and the 2 sides. Just a little dab, and try not to glue your fingers, which I just did. You want to be careful with this hot glue gun. We'll set our snowman aside again, and we're going to grab our sock here. And now we want to cut the sock so we have a hat for our snowman. And you can cut it as long or as short as you'd like. I like to go on the other side of the heel and maybe cut it about here. We'll take our snowman, and you can either leave this, cut it off, or just fold it down. I think I'm just gonna fold it down a little like that. Now you can either place your hat on just the way it is without any polyfill in there, but I like to put polyfill in the hat to make it stand up a little more. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And you can kind of guess at the polyfill, just put as much as you think you'd like. And I'm gonna place this on the snowman's head. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna fold the bottom of this hat under a little bit, just to help keep it from fraying. Okay, so then I'm going to grab my hot glue gun. We're gonna glue down first the sides here just to help hold that hat on there. A little bit of glue there. Pull the hat down and hold it there for a few seconds. And then I'm gonna go to the other side of the snowman. I'm gonna do the same thing. Then we're gonna put a little dab on his forehead here and pull his hat down. You can pull it down as far as you'd like. And then I'm gonna go to the back and we're gonna do the same thing back here. We're gonna put a dab of glue on the back. So if you need more glue in places just to secure the clothes and the hat, go ahead and do that. Now you can leave your snowman hat just like that if you'd like, or you can grab some twine. And what I do is I like to tie it around the top here. And you can kind of guess at where you want it. Pull that tight because this makes it look like a big pom-pom on the snowman hat, and I just find that really cute. I'm gonna tie that again, and then I'm gonna make a little bow. You can also use other things if you'd like. I'm just gonna trim this a little bit. You can use yarn, you can use ribbon or string or anything that you would like. Now we're gonna make the snowman scarf. So I'm gonna grab my yarn. Now if you know how to crochet or knit, you can also crochet or knit a scarf for your snowman. So what I like to do with the yarn is wrap it around the snowman, and we're gonna kind of guess at how long we want this to be. And I typically have it go longer than the snowman because I can always trim it to where I want it to be. And then you're going to hold that place. And then we're gonna make 3 more strands just as long. So we'll take the other end of the yarn, kind of pull it down, and then pull it down again the other direction, and pull it down the other direction. Now we're going to trim this. We're then gonna take the yarn, we're gonna leave it folded over like this. And we have our 4 strands going down. We are going to take this, put it around our snowman here, hold on to that, and take the other end and we're gonna put it through this loop here, just like that. And then you can pull this and pull it as tight as you'd like to make it. And you'll wanna leave this end on the side of the snowman because we're gonna have our scarf hanging on the side and we're gonna glue that down. And underneath this little knot here, we're going to place some glue. And we're gonna push that down and hold it. Then you'll want to go around and place some glue here and there just to hold those strands in place. So I'm going to place some in the front here. Be careful not to burn your fingers. Place some in the back. So go ahead and just go around your snowman and just put glue wherever you want to secure the scarf. So now I'm going to trim the scarf on my snowman, and I want it to go just a hair underneath his body here, probably about there. And then I'm gonna place some more glue kind of down the snowman. You don't have to do this, but I like to secure the scarf a little bit more. Now I love placing buttons on the snowman, so that's what we're gonna do now. I happen to get a lot of these at Walmart. And there's all different shapes and sizes. Just play around with it and have fun with it. So I'm gonna take a bigger button and I'm gonna place that on the bottom of my snowman here. Grab some more glue. Kind of hold that there a little bit. And I want to put this button just a little bit higher. Now I'm going to place another little button on the hat here. You can place it wherever you'd like. Okay, so now it's time to place our snowman eyes and nose. Now I like to use these small little beads. you place a little glue and put the eyes. But if you don't feel steady enough, or if you want something a lot simpler, you can take needles like this with a little ball on the end, and you can place that right into your snowman. Simple, easy. You can do that for the eyes and the nose, but today I'm just going to glue some beads on. You'll just want to kind of guess where you want the eyes to line up. We'll place a little bit of glue. We'll take our bead, place it on there, and then hold that down just for a few seconds. And now we're going to try and line up the other eye. Now we'll place a little bit of glue for the snowman nose. So now you have a super cute little snowman. You can play around with it, play around with the fabric, the scarf, the buttons, and make it your own. These little guys are so fun to have around the house, and they also make wonderful gifts. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a like below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.